Hey guys, it's Derek here. Last weekend was another fun event in the figure collecting community because we finally got the MegaHobby Expo Summer for 2023. Now, personally, I'm really excited about this because, well, it's like a Megahouse event, so there's gonna be a lot more fun Megahouse related goodies, and especially One Piece things, so let's go take a look. There are a few companies that actually showed up to this event. We're gonna start off at Alter because I've been loving me some Alter recently. Personally, I don't play Fate Go, but they have announced a few new characters or a few great prototypes that you might want to keep your eye out for. There's the Foreigner, Abigail Williams, which looks pretty interesting. Not my kind of character, a little on the more lolly side, but there's a lot of crazy detail that's here. Seems like there's an aquatic theme, so very interesting. We're also getting another Saber, Alteria this time around, and well, she looks pretty good. It's an Alter figure, and yeah, it's another Saber. This time she's sitting down with her sword, Excalibur, not armored up or anything, but interesting. We also get a Jeanne d'Arc, which is in a very similar pose to the Saber, so I guess you should buy him as a pair. And we're also getting a Merlin, the female caster version of her. I guess it says prototype here, so what they originally thought of. Kind of interesting, looks pretty good. Moving over to Genshin Impact, they're going to be releasing, I think, one of their first figures from Alter? Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a 1/7 scale of Fischl. Fischl? Fischl. Personally, I think this looks really cool, and I believe it's basically 1-to-1 with her splash art, so pretty awesome. It looks like we're also getting some Eva goodies as well. We have a long hair version of Rei, which I think she's holding a bomb, or a doll. It looks like a doll. Yeah, kind of interesting. Very long brass pole to hold her up, so not a crazy fan about that, but long hair Rei. Bay. And we're also getting a parka version of Asuka. Pretty good. I believe they also had a Rei what was wearing a parka as well, so you can kind of have them all together. Collecting things. But I think the announcement I'm most excited for so far is for Entoma Zeta, a Sobin version from Alter. Now this is going to be a 1/8 scale most likely and fit in with everyone else, and I'm super excited about this because I believe Furyu recently announced one or has one up on pre-order, and well, if you compare the two, it's like no contest. Yeah, this is most likely going to be added to the collection when it comes out, and we're just gonna keep on collecting the rest of them. I think there's a really good chance now. All right, I think this is our first look at the painted prototype of the Goddess of Creation Stacia for Sword Art Online Alicization War of the Underworld. That's a mouthful. Yeah, I'm not too excited about this. Like, the wings look pretty good, the pose is pretty decent, the hair is very flowy, very beautiful. Alter quality, of course, but there's also a giant metal pole that's holding her up. Not a huge fan of that. Just letting you guys know. And what else we got? Oh, it looks like we're also getting a Chisato and Takina from Victor's Recall from them as well. And I don't know if this is going to be a set together, because in the silhouette image, they are kind of back-to-back holding hands, which I'm all for. Yeah, I might just pick this one up too. Moving over to the Altair side, some of the guys, we have some more Fate Go goodies. We have a Karna that's coming out, looks pretty decent, good effects on him. And we're also getting Oberon, the Pretender, 1/8 scale. This does look really good. This is a really cool looking figure. Probably could be on the more expensive side, like 25k and up, but I think it'd be worth it if you're interested in this character. Yeah, that's all we got for Alter, so let's keep it moving and go to the next manufacturer that was there. Moving over to AMAKUNI. Now, I personally don't have anything of theirs, but a few things in the past have caught my eye, but this time it's something really old school that they've announced, which looks really cool, but I don't know how many of you guys would be interested in it. But we have the King of Braves Gao Gaigar Final. It's literally just the head. It's a head display of this giant majestic robot, and I remember watching this a long time ago, like back in high school. Fairly old by today's standards. Kind of cheesy too, but it's a mech anime and it looks really cool, and there's a giant head of it kind of floating around. Moving over to Aniplex. There's a lot of things that they've already shown in the past, so we're just gonna gloss over most of them. But it looks like we do get a Himura Kenshin and a Sanosuke from them, from Rurouni Kenshin. These look like they're non-scaled, according to what I'm looking at here, but they're both sitting down. I mean, that's kind of interesting. I wonder what they mean by non-scale though, and how small they will be. But I guess that we'll have to take a look at the pricing and kind of go from there. I don't think they're gonna be prize figures, but We'll see. Oh, did not expect this. Claynel has a albedo figure in lingerie. Looks like we get a fluffy base on the bottom. Yeah, great prototype so far. Looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Probably gonna cost you an arm and a leg just because of the giant wings and shipping as well. But so far the sculpt is pretty good, and that pose. Yeah, so it looks like Kotobukiya took this show very, very seriously because they've kind of shown off a lot of cool things here. First up would be the Deku black version. This is pretty sick. If they keep the coloring on this and they exactly what we see in the prototype, we get it in hand, I think that'd be an amazing scale figure. It's part of the Art FXJ line, and it's him with a ton of like the black whip stuff going on. I believe he's also floating, so little floaty effects, and we have the cowl going on as well. This is really cool. If you ever want to see Deku look cool, this is probably the figure to get. It is a 1/8 scale, so if you're already collecting this line, it would make perfect sense. But in my opinion, it does kind of stand out a little bit compared to everything else, at least quality-wise. So this might be one of those centerpiece ones. Not bad though. We also got our Starscream. Bishojo. Here we go. Honestly, Starscream-chan looks super cute. Nice little skirt here. Got some garters going on. The backpack for the wings is adorable. I absolutely need this in the collection now. And I believe they were teasing it, but they're doing like Thundercracker and everyone else. I'm not sure if they're just gonna do straight recolors. It'd be very lazy of them. So hopefully if we do get those, they'd be different molds. But seeing as the Seekers are basically all the exact same design anyways, I doubt it. Kind of interesting if you're into that. Little Easter egg kind of deal. Oh. We're also getting a Daddy Toji. Great prototype here so far, but looks like it will match really well with the rest of the Jujutsu Kaisen line, so pretty good here. I think this would be a good addition. I also think there's gonna be a lot more of these figures sprouting up, so I'm interested to see how they do this guy here. What else we got? Oh! Hey, looks like we are getting a Hatsume Mei, so the mechanic person in My Hero Academia. This is a 1/8 scale, and it's a really cute prototype. She's leaning forward, adjusting her goggles, has a wrench in her hand, so it's kind of giving me Winry vibes, you know. We also got like a mallet on the ground and some nuts and bolts, a little cable action going on. I think this would be cool. I would love to see this fully painted, but for the time being, it does look like a pretty good sculpt. And I do know there's a huge fandom for this character as well. Okay, but let's get serious here. They also announced a Mount Lady. It says it's a 1/8 scale, and they most likely are only gonna give us the normal sized version of her. But I would love to see basically a quarter scale freeing size of Mount Lady, but that's just her being bigger. You know what I mean? Like Mount Lady supersized. That'd be cool. It looks like we're also getting some Pokemon trainers this time around. We have Awai, and Sprigatito, and Haruto and Fuecoco. One of each. They look like they're wearing the separate uniforms. I don't know how I feel about these because almost all the other trainers we've had in the past look more like teenager proportioned, and these guys look very much like they're like elementary kids. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Now it's finally time to go to the headliner of the MegaHobby Expo, Megahouse themselves. I'm most excited about this, so let's just go take a look real quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of skip over all this stuff here. Oh, looks like we're getting a new Rankari from Macross Frontier, Labyrinth of Time. If I remember correctly, there is a Cheryl Gnome that's supposed to go right next to her, but we already got the great prototype of Ranka, and it looks pretty good. She's sit-standing on both feet, so no issues with balancing there, it looks like, and the idol outfit looks beautiful. We got a great big rose on the side, and she's holding an umbrella. Beautiful expression. I don't know. I might just have to pick this up. There's a lot of characters from Macross Frontier that are getting, well, just these two really, but there are a lot of figures coming out soon. So I gotta be very, very picky because, yeah, duplicates of that, I don't know. Looks like we're also getting a Suletta Mercury from the Gundam series that just came out. For me, it's gonna be a definite pass, just because of the character, and the pose is not the greatest. It's kind of lacking, if we're gonna be completely honest. I still think though, with that series, they started off so strong with episode 0. If you haven't watched yet, give me like 10 seconds to rant real quick. I'll see you in like 10 seconds, all right? You've been warned. If any of you have actually watched the ending of this, that was probably some of the most hot garbage Gundam I've ever seen. And I've seen basically everything Gundam related. They wanted to do something completely different, but they stayed in the school. I thought the school was gonna blow up, and dude, I've been a Gundam fan for like 20 plus years. Actually, no longer than that. Yeah, no, I think I've been a fan for over 25 years, to be honest. And that was probably the most unwatchable Gundam series near the end. Pacing was terrible, nothing developed, no character development. The only thing good going for it was the actual mobile suit designs and the Gundams. Other than that, I think it was a complete waste of time. I kept on watching every episode, hoping it'd get better, and never really got better. Welcome back, everyone who skipped forward. It might have been longer than 10 seconds. I got a little heated there. If you wanted to listen to it, go right ahead though. Oh, looks like we're also getting a Christina McKenzie from War in the Pocket, or Gundam 0080. I don't know if that rings a bell to anyone, but cool show. I think it's like the first figure of her out, so might be worth a pickup. I'm considering getting some more Gundam gals and dudes. Speaking of dudes, we have Gundam Guys Generation. Gundam Guys Generation Deluxe DX, and it's freaking Char on a horse. There's a giant peg or a giant pole that goes right into the belly of the horse, because the horse is kind of standing up. But you got Char wearing his uniform, looking amazing. This might be the first Char figure I'm actually gonna pick up. This looks really good. Let me see, do they have the price on here yet? I don't think we have the price on here yet. But great prototype, looking stellar. Based off of what I'm looking at, if a regular Char is about 20,000 yen and the horse itself is bigger than him, this is at least a 35 to 40,000 yen figure. Yikes. Shipping's gonna cost me an arm and a leg too, but I might need to get this. I don't know. This looks really good. A surprise release, I think, though, is they're making another version of Tsunade. This is the DX version of Tsunade, version 3, but this time it looks like she's ready to fight, and she has the summon there. There's some effects. Tsunade looking great for her age. Got some flowy hair action, doing a sign. Not my waifu in Naruto, so I probably won't pick her up, but pretty awesome nonetheless. We're also getting a Hinata version 4. God, how many of these we're doing? Honestly, I don't like this one at all. We have this giant effect that's just kind of punching through. Not really a big fan of this one. I'd much rather get the one with the twin lion head thingies. I believe they also did a re-release of that too recently. So if I had to choose between two and they're basically the same price, I'm definitely going with that one. This one's a easy skip. But of course we have to save the best for last. The Portrait of Pirates goodies. Now this has been teased a very, very long time. The Portrait of Pirate Maximum Uta. Now they have a fully painted prototype here. She looks... I need this. I don't say this lightly, but I've skipped on a lot of Portrait of Pirates recently, but this is a must get. I have a feeling there's gonna be a giant support beam to hold up her like lance thingy, but the armor version of her looks amazing. Great crown. The effects on her looks great too, with the little music notes and everything. I wish they kind of incorporated that more into the base instead of just giving us a round base at the bottom. But she does have a fur coat similar to Doflamingo and also Kaido. And we do get a nice big logo here for her shield. This is a day one purchase. I feel like if you don't pre-order this, it's gonna be like pretty much impossible to get in the aftermarket. So this one, I'm 100% getting. No question asked. I think this is the perfect time to go and talk about it. This wasn't released or announced during this event, but the Gear 5 Maximum Luffy that's out. I know a lot of you have messaged me privately and also asked me in the comments what I feel about that figure. And personally, for 25,000 yen roughly for retail, I think it's a good figure, but I wouldn't put it at like the top of my list in terms of Luffy figures. I definitely like the Gear 4 versions that I have more, just because they're a little more structurally sound as a figure itself, whereas it feels like the Gear 5 is kind of really contorted. I don't really like that too much. I most likely will be waiting for a Jime pellet statue. Just wanted to put that out there, just so you guys know. And yeah, we also need to talk about a new Portrait of Pirate Maximum they started teasing, which is a Luffy and Ace. Now, a lot of people have kind of gone and done the detective work already. It's based off of a manga cover. I believe it's manga cover number 57, I think. Let me double check. One Piece manga. 59? 59. Interesting pose. It's essentially Ace and Luffy kind of together-ish. It looks cool, and it's from Marineford. It looks like there's going to be a ton of battle damage. So far, we only really have a silhouette to work with, but this is also most likely a must get. They don't really do 2-in-1 figures like ever. Yeah, I don't remember the last time they did 2-in-1 figure ever, unless they are combined together as like one entity. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. And from the looks of things, if it is 2 figures, I'm like the baseline I'm guessing is like 3,500 or 35,000 yen. A cool looking Ace and a Luffy from that time period I think would look great together. So keep your eye on that. But let's not forget about the Look Up series as well. They announced a ton of different products, but the 2 that I'm most interested in here are a Gear 5 Luffy and also a Yamato. Instant pickups. I wonder what the pre-order bonus would be for these 2, because typically they do like a little extra accessory. So maybe Yamato gets the Kanabo and Luffy might get a Thunderbolt or something. Pretty cool though. Definite pickup. Continuing on with their Run line, I think we're also getting a Sanji with a clear rod up his... yeah, no. As you can tell, I'm not a huge fan of this line. I think I'd be much more happy to collect this line if the price was a lot lower, and also if they could somehow not need the support rod in really weird and compromising areas for children. Well, adults too, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just... yeah. Easy skip. I did not expect them to make one of these, but they're also doing a palm-sized version of Roxy from Mushoku Tensei. I personally don't collect the palm-sized stuff, but from what I've heard and from what I've seen, pretty good quality. This is a great prototype, looking pretty good. I may have a Roxy on order already, so we're probably gonna skip this, but interesting choice. And to cap off the event, Megahouse is also going to be re-releasing a kind of more of like a prop than anything else. It's the Char helmet, I believe it's called the Stahlhelm. It's a 1-to-1 scale, full scale works piece. It would be pretty cool. It looks pretty functional too. So if I did ever just want to plop that on my head and walk around, I guess we could do that. Very cool things this time around. There we go, guys. Another MegaHobby Expo has been finished off, and I think we have a pretty good collection of things. At least a lot of things that I'm interested in. Hopefully there are some things that you would be interested in as well, but if I missed them, let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, please consider giving this a big old thumbs up. I will leave some videos on the side for you to go and check out. Maybe the room tour or some other things. Also, I believe when this comes out, I may or may not be doing the Netflix One Piece live action stuff. So yes, keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to be reviewing the whole entire thing. Not sure if we're gonna do like watch the entire series and then talk about it, or we do like individual episode things, because yeah, I don't know yet, but we'll got some stuff planned. My name is Derek, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye bye.